5 advantages for maintaining proper personnel records. 10 marks. So before we tackle the question, it is important to appreciate that the personnel department is entrusted with several documents which they are supposed to maintain as records of reference in matters relating to decisions in human resource management. So the organization, as we saw in the case study, when the human resource manager was looking at the situation on the ground, this is one of the area of concern. So what would be some of the possible responses in relation to this question? So one of the advantages of maintaining personnel records is accuracy in decision making. Let us take, for instance, an employee intends to proceed on annual leave. And the employee has worked for the required duration of time and qualifies for leave. So where proper personnel records, in this case an employee file is maintained, by looking at the employee file, it is possible to see whether the employee qualifies for, let's say, 24 days or 32 days. It is also possible to find out whether the employee has previously taken leave or not. So if we are, for instance, we could be in a month like May and 2018, and an employee intends to proceed on leave, then if the employee is entitled to 24 days and has already enjoyed 10 days leave, then we take 24 days based on the record that is maintained. We get a balance of 14 days, and if an employee intends to go for the 14 days, then the annual leave can be approved without wasting a lot of time. So that is one of the advantages. Secondly, avoidance of fraud. In this case, we may want to look at payroll processing. When it comes to payroll processing, employees' scales are based on grades, and you would want to look at the processing of an employee pay based on the grades that have been approved within the file of this particular employee or in the record of this employee. So where proper personnel records are maintained, then it is possible we can be able to avoid the aspect of ghost workers on a payroll. We can be able to compute what is due to an employee within the law at the shortest time possible. Now, the third reason or the third advantage of maintaining proper personnel records, computation of retirement benefits. An employee would have joined an organization at the age of 25 years. This employee has been with that particular organization for 30 years. The employee has reached 55 years and has provided 30 years of service to a given organization. So where proper personnel records are maintained, computing the retirement dues of this employee becomes easy because we have a point of reference that is accurate, and whatever is computed and is given to the worker is what the worker expects, and this worker can be able to retire peacefully at the shortest time possible and be able to earn their retirement dues and be able to continue with their life after retirement due to proper personnel records. Then fourthly, next of kin particulars. Occasionally, an employee may, for instance, be unwell at the workplace, and you require someone to contact. Sometimes an employee may pass on or die, and you will want to have proper records to know the next of kin or the beneficiaries of that particular ex-employee. So where proper records for personnel are kept, it is possible to get the contacts, the details, the next of kin, and payment towards these particular beneficiaries becomes an easy process for an organization to be able to compute and be able to ensure that suffering is not caused to those who require to get these benefits at the shortest time possible. Then fifthly, number 5, we can say that one of the other advantage of maintaining proper personnel records is the aspect of statutory compliance. Employers are expected to keep a record of their employees in terms of aspects like age, aspects like nationality, aspects like income records, and income tax records. So, and also social security contributions like to NSSF or contributions to NHIF. So where proper records are maintained in an organization, personnel records, whenever government or agencies come to the organization and they want to confirm aspects of statutory compliance, they are able to go to these records, whether these records are manual or are automated, and check how much is the employee earning, how much income was supposed to be taxed, what was the tax information over time, and how have the contributions been made and remitted. So for purposes of statutory compliance, an organization would largely benefit if the organization prepares and has accurate personnel records in an organization. So this question was asking for 5 advantages of maintaining proper personnel records. And an organization, like in the case study, can be able to benefit from this by ensuring that this information can be maintained properly. And it should be noted that these ones are not the only aspects why personnel records must be kept effectively. There could be other reasons that we might not have included here, which you can read about. For instance, you may want to know the productivity level of a given employee over a duration of time, and that can also be gotten from records that have been kept properly. So that was your question, which required that